What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your live stream, your favorite live stream, the Teller Night live stream, guys. I'm excited. I'm excited because a few reasons. One, YCS Anaheim is just around the corner. My deck list is submitted. It's good to go. Feel pretty good about it. A little nervous. I'd be lying if I say I wasn't. But yeah, I am a little nervous, guys. Second thing I'm excited about is I can finally, after this YCS is over, I can put the Mitsurugi Knights to the side and start playing or rebuilding the Teller Knights, man. I am so excited. I get so many questions about the proper way to build Teller Knights. And honestly, right now, it's still too early to tell. There is no definitive way of doing it, right? Because the format is still different by the time the Teller Knights come out. And I just wanted to touch up on this topic. It's like a lot of people ask me, why are you running Upstart? Why are you going into this? I might as well address this here. Upstart is just a filler at this point. I don't really need to run this, to be honest. Oh, by the way, thank you, Secondhand Snakes. Thank you so much for the donation. I really appreciate it. You are one of the constant viewers of this stream, so I really appreciate you. Big shout out to you, man. So I wanted to touch up on this, right? Because there's some cards in here that obviously don't make sense. You don't need to run Upstart. You don't need to run Constellar Star Chart. But the cards, there's a guy that left a comment on my video. He had a couple questions, and it was too long for me to type up, too long to go into detail because I love giving feedback. So I thought as well give you feedback right now on the live stream if you're watching this, okay? So a few questions he had. He says, why do I not run Skybridge? And answer is relatively easy. Before, we needed to kind of swap out the Teller Knights, like to get most of them out of the deck, but we have so much access now to them, whether it's through Caster, whether it's through Signian, whether it's through the Deltaros and the new Deltaros. We have so many ways to search them out, and Caduceus, that there's no reason for us to kind of dive into that, right? So Skybridge is more of a brick in this deck, considering the fact that we are running a heavier Constellar base. And now that these Teller Knights, like for example, Signian and Caster account, like specifically as a Constellar, they synergize better than Teller Knights, if that makes sense. They have the name, right? For one. And we always knew this. Before even the support was announced, Constellars, they swarmed the field better than the Teller Knights did. It's just Teller Knights had better effects when they hit the field, but that's all changed now. That's all gone away. Since these are considered Constellars as well, these two, and they have the better effects. So why would you not run cards like Pollux, cards like Caduceus, cards like Lyrin that are way better? The only thing that remains in this deck that are Teller Knights is Unukalai for the name that dumps Alteran. Is the only direct access to dumping a Teller Knight card in general than anything else. Mind you, if you want to play around Droll, by the way, you can actually, if you open really busted, you can dump Constellar Teller Knights into the graveyard and retain it back with Caduceus. But that's another topic. But yeah, so that's why we're playing a heavier Constellar base, because honestly, outside of that, Altair is the only OG one that's really good, simply because he can reborn all these names, reborn even your big towers for free, guys. And it's not like the tower is a 2700 defense. It doesn't negate its effects when it reborns it. So it's still a tower. Can you imagine dealing with the tower somehow, outing it, and then next turn, not even next turn, like bringing it out again with Altair, doing the same turn? It's incredibly busted. So that's why there's two Altair in here. That's my reasoning behind it. So Skybridge is not necessary. Star Chart is not necessary, and this will all change once there's that final card that comes out. And if it's something that's busted, absolutely. For crying out loud, the new Droplet card that came out, I can totally see it substituting cards like Upstart Goblin, like easily. It's not here yet. I'm not really familiar with it, so I'm not gonna like preemptively put it in the deck. Another thing that he wanted to talk about, why is there IP and SP in here? Honestly, it's easy. It's because you're not losing to D barrier right away. You're cycling through the Teller Knight names with Deltaros Abuse, and it's just a good interruption. I think that it's still belongings in there. Not to mention because the goal of this version of the deck is just to dump as many names as you can, so your graveyard and banishment is set, so you can play. Another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is how we can play through Shifter. Right? Shifter is also like something that's scary, but because Ptolemy now is like doesn't care about banished, then Caster can actually not Caster. Who was it that can bring back from banished? I think Deltaros can bring back from Banished. It's pretty insane. One more thing that I wanted to touch up on. I think another point he talked about is why not run Ptolemaeus? You can if you want to. He says just at the end phase, just bring Ptolemaeus, and because Ptolemaeus, like he forces you to attach one from the extra deck to have its effect live, right? And I don't want doing that. Our extra deck is already tight as it is. But then during your opponent's turn, he says you can you can activate this to rank into a Pleiades and then trigger Alteran. My counter argument to that is you could do that, sure. But instead, why not make another Dark Teller? You use one of its effects to make the tower on your turn, and then during your opponent's turn, not only is it make everything on the field dark, which can come up against the Yummies, right? Because it negates their whole board, and then its secondary effect is live to detach 7. This is all that we wanted to make this card busted, and now we have the ability to. The difference between Battle Miss and Ptolemaeus, the fact outside of like having to have 3 materials, is the fact that it only ranks 1 level higher. So you're forced to bring out Pleiades. You're forced to bring out, I don't know, do we have another rank 5 here? A Diamond. Versus Dark Teller, you just bring out a different Teller Knight on top. That could be Dark Teller. That could be Deltaros. That could be Triver, for crying out loud. You can bring out Triver as an interruption if you choose to run so. Or you can bring out another tower, which is what I've been doing. And the reason why I like having 2 towers on board, aside from the fact that it's 10,800 points of damage and it's unaffected, is the fact that its effect is soft once per turn. That means you can have 4 materials, 4 cards on the field, 4 monsters to bounce back into the deck. It's 1 per copy. So why wouldn't you have that? I might rather have this than another Pleiades on board. And the fact is, when you bring another Teller Knight on top, your Alteran effect triggers anyway, so you're popping and you're returning monsters on the field back. So you pop back row with this, you return monsters with this. That's my reasoning behind it. I will not change these ratios outside of like maybe Exciton Knight. And the reason why I don't run, I would love to run the Dorododo as a free special summon. I just think like I don't want to, I might have to add another link to this deck or some other way that we can play, because I don't want to lose to D-Barrier. D-Barrier is at 3 right now, so that's pretty toxic, and our deck will auto lose. So that's, hopefully that answers some of your questions. I don't want to get too involved into this deck as much as I would love to right now. I need to focus on the YCS build, which is currently looking like this. And I've been over this before with you guys. Am I expected to make it the day 2? I'm hoping. But I know the weakness of this deck, and right now it is the Teller Knight deck. Teller Knight portion of it. It's the strength, but also the weakness. Having to have your Mitsurugi board backed up with a Diamond and a Dark Teller is absolutely nasty. Okay? The list is filthy, because now not only does it deal with Yummy, it also like makes Diamond essentially, if you have Ame on board, which you do, a freaking 3,500 or minus 800 for opponent monster. 3,500 monster that negates all dark monsters on the field, that prevents monsters from sending from deck to graveyard and from graveyard to hand return. It's absurd. It's a great card. The truth of the matter is though, these cards are bricks, right? So our brick ratio is a little bit higher. We need to open bust it. That's why I switched from hand trap to board breaker approach, and I want to see if this kind of helps us out a little bit more, right? Once the Teller Knight board is outed, you're kind of relying, because this version of it, right, the Teller Knights as of now, they don't have a great recursion. So once this board is outed, you're kind of leaning back on your Mitsurugi part of it, and you're kind of having Mitsurugi doing the push. And truth be told, game 2, if I'm going second, I'm taking out all the Teller Knight names, because they cannot bust through a board to save their life. I'm taking out the Teller Knight names, and I'm putting in all these board breakers. Game 3, it depends on what I'm playing against. I'm most likely signing in Dimensional Fissure and then choosing to see which Teller Knight I'm making. If I'm going against Yummy, I'm making the Dark Teller. If I'm going against that Dark, I'm just making Diamond and just passing. It's one or the other. I think that that's the reality of this deck. And I think these cards are more valuable right now than having going into a full board against these meta decks. So this is the list right now. It's pretty clean. It's 42 cards. Board breakers. Super Poly is great. My biggest fear right now is that I'm going to run into a lot of Mitsurugi. And they do run Super Poly. The fact that I'm making Dark Teller, making everything dark, I'm very susceptible to that. But we cannot be afraid, you know. We hope luck is on our side. And we're going to do well, hopefully. You know, my goal is to be like top 300 at least, or somewhere in that range. Okay, let's get into some games. Do we want to get locked right off the bat? I think we should try this because this is way more important right now. Oh, he's letting it resolve. If he lets it resolve, we're kind of like... I just need him to ash this. He might still thinking we're playing Ryziel. Nope. Did not fall for it. We'll just shuffle it back. Oh, he's letting it resolve. I wonder why. I might have taken myself out from a full Teller Knight board, but it's something that I had to do. I couldn't risk having this card ashed because, like I said, the Teller Knights are not a one-card combo. This is where you have to be like strategic with the losses you're about to take. So now we're leaning heavily into the Mitsurugi board, and maybe we can end on a Teller Knight. If we don't know if we're going blind, I'd much rather make diamond. Let's fusion from hand. Okay, alright. So now I don't know what I'm playing against, right? So Teller Knights will come out, and the siding kind of helps because it's 5 cards automatically out of here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually 6 because you don't want to play this. And 7, right? So you get 7 cards. So what do you want to put? Dark Ruler and this, right? And then maybe a searchable Kaiju. What's up, Chaos? Welcome to the stream. If I'm adding Shifter, that means I have to take out droplets. Need one more. Oh, wait. Oh, 7. So I can add another one, sorry. Not Defissure, because that's going first. Talent is going first as well. Shifter is just such a big card. I think this is the safer one, though, because we don't know what he's running. Welcome to the live stream, guys. Thank you so much for joining. We are getting prepped for the YCS. He's going first. We have perfectly balanced hand. See, it's like Shifter wouldn't have helped at all in here. Shifter would have cooked us. A little gift back from Hawaii. Aloha for all of you from Hawaii. That was corny as hell. I shouldn't do that. Malice is still a menace. God, I'm glad I did not. Although, I think Diamond will come up really clutch against this deck. But see, like in this point, like I'll still make Dark Teller. I think it'll still be good. Let's see if we can deal with this board. We should be able to do something. Because Lightning Storm is a 3 now, so that's good seeing that. Hopefully our top deck is another board breaker. But you have to like slow the game down, you know, like a lot of these players like Triff and you know, Josh, they slow the game down, right? They know what the opponent, I mean, they're better than me, no lie. They know what their opponent's board is gonna look like every step of the way. Me, I'm just counting on some knowledge of this deck, which I kind of know. I know they end on 3 monsters a lot of times and Graveyard Disruption, which is the white binder, but so I haven't tried it with K9 because for multiple, when I play 2 engines together, I want to make sure they're able to go into one another. K9 cannot go into Teller Knights. If that's what you mean. Do they go into Teller Knights? Can you make Pleiades? Because at that point, you're playing 2 separate decks, right? Or do Teller Knights go into K9? I feel like there's a disconnect between them. They don't go into one another. You gotta have at least one road into one another. You know what I mean? The reason why I like Mitsurugi, they go into Mitsurugi. So Mitsurugi K9? Is that what you're saying? Don't forget, guys, leave a like, smash that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. We try to live stream as much as we can, as well as Teller Knight deck profiles. Oh, well, no, I wouldn't build that. I made when I was doing this live stream, I said something to you guys, and I know that I'm playing handicapped right now because I'm playing Teller Knights. You know, cards that don't have one card starters. And I know I'm doing that, but I'm doing that as a representation of what my deck is and what my favorite archetype is, and that is the Teller Knights, guys. So no, if I'm taking the list to YCS, it has to be some way or another Teller Knight involved. Otherwise, there's no point. I always told that, you know, like my friend was like, "Hey, why don't you just play pure Mitsu?" You know, and I'm like, well, if I somehow end up winning or getting like top 10 or something. They're gonna do a deck profile on me, and then you guys are gonna watch, and there's no Teller Knight in sight, and they're gonna be like, "Hey, what the hell? Where are the Teller Knights?" And I'll be like, "Hey, sorry guys." So yeah, my goal is like to top having a Teller Knights in one way or another, and the support is just around the corner, so I'm okay taking this list and seeing how well it does. Thank you. But yeah, I'm sure K9 Mitsurugi is good. You know, Yummy Mitsurugi is great. It's just one of YCS. You know, like Mitsurugi by itself is fantastic, and it's way more consistent. But there's no point. You know, this is I'm not like I love. Yeah, obviously, don't get me wrong. I love winning, but I just love winning on my own. The reason I play Yu-Gi-Oh, for me, like at least there's like a attachment to a certain deck, and I love the challenge of cooking up with that deck and doing the best that I can with it and winning with it because it's more satisfying to me that way versus just picking up modern deck, play it, get it shit on by the ban list, and then you just. Oh, I'm sorry. Are you are you a new user? If you're new, then yeah, I understand. I understand completely. I thought you were. I thought you were a returning viewer. No, my friend. This is a Teller Knight channel. Everything Teller Knights. That's the deck that I focus on. If you go back, that's the decks I've been. Oh my God, what a hand! All right. Okay. That probably was not correct. That move was correct. Just gotta stay away from that. Yeah, so if I'm winning, I gotta do it on my own terms. And I've performed pretty well with this deck. I'm not gonna lie, it does really well. he's gonna try and trigger White Binder. That's fine. That's good. That's good. I mean, that's fair too. Cause let me deal with something. This is Omega. I also made a big mistake on the White Binder. Oh my god, I fucked up. This is an amateur mistake right here. I'm locked out of my extra deck. Yeah, he got game 2. I'll give it to him. That was so bad. I shouldn't have tributed. That tribute should have been last. One. Fumbled. It happens to the best of us. Yeah. Now I just hope I don't get drolled. I think their engine is so big though that they need to go more board breaker approach. Yeah, that was unfortunate. I got the Charmies. I got nothing. I forget that. I forget that it does that. I feel like if I would have played differently, I would have gotten rid of that. Ah, fuck. Luckily, I can still summon. Or not. Okay. That's fine. I don't want to set this in case. Yeah, but the thing is, it wasn't hybrid. The Teller Knights were out. I just needed to go into my... I didn't need to get rid of that card first. I didn't need to go into the ritual. That was a mistake on my end. Now I know his card. Boy has a shifter, a brick, and hopefully another brick. I really wish I set... Okay, so lesson learned. Set the impulse. Don't be afraid. Now impulse might hurt, because now I can't activate Dynamundo or any Tellarknight name. He's gonna have to pass. Oh my god, he has a play? Oh well. That's fine. Wow, his hand sucks. Oh, it's straight up Vanquish Soul? Damn, this is gonna suck. Alright, I need a good top deck. That might do it. I'm so dumb. Wrong zone placement. Great. It's gonna go border. So I know he has dark in hand and fire. And now he has Borger. Okay, I just need to... Do I let this resolve? I feel like I should let this resolve. Okay, now I just need to play out of the zones. Oh yeah. No, definitely. After this YCS is over, we're pivoting back to pure Tellarknights. I just gotta summon here. Draw. Now he can, I think he can keep tagging out all he wants. Yeah, that's nice. I feel like I don't need to do too much. I already tributed him. Did I tribute him? No, I didn't, right? I forget. How did I go? I went... Summon him by tributing Ame. And then... Oh, I did. Shit. I almost fucked that up. Well, I did fuck it up. I guess we're plussing like this. Let's go battle phase. That's fine. He has a shifter in hand. What else? Is that one unknown? Oh, and Borger. No, wait. Borger's gone, right? Yeah. Just shifter. He should be cooked. Don't sandbag me, though. I don't want to be a draw. Just lose. I lost. Yep, GG's. I like how people are salty instead of just quitting. They're waiting for me to do it. Okay, nice. All right, got that W. That was a little chaotic. I feel like I didn't need to go to game 3. I just needed to play cleaner. And the deck that has consistency issues like this one, I feel like I really need to focus on playing clean. And I really hope I win die roll the way I'm winning it now. That would have been bad. Now my bad hand all of a sudden ended up being cracked. So 1, 2. Unfortunately, it's in hand. You go 1. Target, always the important one. And then 2, not so important. You go again. I think we're going to be able to set up full Tellarknight board here. You go this and special. Go mirror. Special effect. Magatama. Magatama's a nice freaking card. Okay. Now let's bait out interruptions as much as we can before using prayers. Okay, now we can go ahead and activate this. Tribute. Go plus infinity. Chain 1, chain 2. Such a beautiful combo. Let's add another prayers. And special summon. I gotta stop bringing the monster into the link zone. That's what I gotta do. Unukala is just so important. Part of me wanted to cut M7, but then I'm like, an extra monster negate is pretty good. Thank you guys so much for joining this live stream. Don't forget again to leave a like and subscribe. I'm glad your Vanquish Soul Canine is working out for you. Sorry, not Vanquish Soul, the Mitsurugi Canine. I tried it in Tellarknights, it doesn't work. And I'm kind of glad it doesn't. Spell negate. Wow. Should I? Oh, they're all dark, so I guess it's fine to keep Dominus in hand. This is a cracked hand, by the way. Let's see. Better not be a cheesy ass deck. I want to see some yummies. So this is the board that I'm hoping to set up at the YCS. How consistently I'll be able to do this remains to be the question, but we'll see. Oh, Blue Eyes. I'll negate that. Always negate this boy. It's gonna eat all that stuff up. That's fine. He can't send from deck to grave anyway. Alright, so we're playing against Blue Eyes. So now what we know... I mean, shit, everything kills Blue Eyes. So let's click... Take out the cards that we don't need. So we're gonna add 6 cards here. Lightning Storm to deal with that. Once you take out that card, you're kind of chilling. They do sometimes set up. Do they set up 3? I would love to play Shifter. I will play Shifter. Actually, there's so many. There's like, we got... I don't even think we need to interrupt them. We just straight up break their board. 4. Damn. I better maybe take out Droplet. Let's take out Droplet. I don't want to see Droplet. Let's have him set up a board. Blue Eyes, I completely demolished over there. Not gonna lie. At the regional that I went to. Oh, we're good. I'm gonna let him set up his board. Is there anybody else that's going to the YCS? I would love to see some of you guys over there. I know I'm already seeing Triff over there. We talked on the phone. I gave him a congratulations. He got lucky I wasn't there. I'm just kidding. But no, seriously, like I wanna play against Triff. He's such a crazy ass deck builder. I have big respect for that guy. I've been told many times, like, hey, I've been called a good duelist, Then they said like, if you I can't they're like I can't imagine you playing with an actual meta deck is what I've been told. And yeah, it's true. Like obviously I can build a meta deck cuz I am obsessed with Yu-Gi-Oh. I love Yu-Gi-Oh. I love the deck building concept of it. But that's why I love rogue decks more because the freedom to build is so much more present than a meta deck. Because meta deck everybody knows ins and outs of, everybody copies. Fucking good luck trying to counter a rogue deck, man. Rogue decks are insane. You got cards like I built my favorite builds with Teller Knights over the years was the super heavy Teller Knights, which was busted as hell with Baron turn skip. Whew. You build decks like Horus Teller Knights, which got me top 3 at an event, which got me an invite to Worlds qualifier. You got Ryziel Teller Knights, which I would set up a Paradise Smasher before people even knew what Paradise Smasher was, and that card got banned. And then we got card decks like Mitsurugi, man. Mitsurugi's insane too. I've tried anything from Dorododo to... Okay, so 2 boards set up here. It's not bad. Let's see if we can crack this. We're going to go super poly here. Where is this? Oh. Oh, baby. I don't even need to do it. Pop my shit. Go ahead. I know you have it. So just swing into it and then clear his board? Oh, shit. He has a spell negate. That's fine. We're still going to break this board. Yep. Okay. Not a bad Magia. Fine, I should have played Lightning Storm first. Wouldn't be having this discussion right now. When your opponent activates. Okay, so we can still... Yo, chill. Shotgunning everything. Combo time? Do I ever get addicted to a song? Yes. Yes, there's a song that I've been trying to use in my videos. It's called, oh my god. It's that one song I heard on the YouTube channel. I asked for its name. It's called, yeah, I'll tell you right now. It's called Ayuda by MXRCVRY. It's like, it's my religion right now. I love that song. Give it a good listen. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Wow, we just cooked that Blue Eyes. Is it? Do you guys hear the music I'm playing right now? I don't think you are, huh? George Baker, Una Paloma. Okay. I'm gonna check it out. I think I want to get... Funny enough, I want to get Mirror. Actually, no. Get this and then I can get to Mirror. Yes. I'm gonna add this. I'm gonna use the effect. Special summon. Let's add this. Do I want to make a spell negate? Does he have a dark in the grave? No, they're all light. Oh, he has Lordly Lord. That's right. He has the LOL. He has the LOL. Which I can negate with this boy. Dutch disco hippie song. Okay. So he has a Lordly that I can negate with this. Let's end it here. George Baker, Una Paloma. I'm gonna take a listen to it. Pay the cost. Yeah, got him. Got him, got him, got him. Okay, so far so good. So far the deck feels good. I think I'm 3-0 at this point. Maybe I can do one more and then get off. Let's do one more. Dutch disco. All right, let's lock in. Excellent hand. Let's go pot. Banish 3. Well, I want to keep the super poly, but I don't know what I'm playing against, so let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this, and we can move on from dark. Probably mirror. Ah, shit, why did I just add mirror? Oh my god, I'm such a dumbass. Cancel the game. Cancel it. It distracted me with yelling louder or whatever you were talking about. I just played mirror. Oh my god, I'm such an idiot. I didn't even look at my hand carefully. Alright guys, I think this will do it for now. I'm going to get more reps in tomorrow with my friend, and then if you guys are going to be at YCS Anaheim, give me a shout out. I would love to meet you guys over there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Check out previous videos of the deck build in detail as well as the future build. Your boy Teller Knight is out.